guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you quite possibly one of the best impromptu tricks out there. One of the tricks that really gets you the most powerful, strongest reactions. And that trick is the ambitious card routine. Now, I've been doing this trick ever since I started Card Magic, and every time I perform it, people just go nuts. They absolutely love this trick. This is definitely a crowd favorite, and also a magician favorite, because I see a lot of people on YouTube doing this trick. I've been doing this one for a while, and I've been trying out a lot of different phases and stuff, but I think I found all the phases that work really, really well for me personally, but I'm just gonna share my ambitious card routine with you all, just so that you guys can see how I do it and what it looks like. So I'm not going to be doing a performance because obviously, a lot of you guys know what the ambitious card routine is. It's essentially when you take a card, let's say the 9 of spades, and you put it in the middle, and then you snap your fingers and ooh, it jumps to the top. Yeah, so everyone knows what that is, okay? So let's get right into the tutorial. So one thing you are gonna need is a table, and you're also gonna need the card box. That's all you're gonna need. And also one more thing is you're gonna need pants with a pocket. That's basically all I do for my ambitious card routine, or shorts with the pocket, all right? So the first thing I do is I have the spectator shuffle the deck if they want to, it doesn't matter, but then I take it back and I'm just gonna spread through the cards, and then I'm going to pull out a random card from the middle. I'm gonna place it inside of my front pants pocket. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna be placing it inside of my right front pants pocket, but if I was left-handed, I would place it inside of my left pants pocket. I'll get into that at the end of the tutorial because that's when this comes up again, but you're gonna take a random card here, it doesn't matter what it is. It's gonna go inside of your pants pocket in the front, okay? So once that card is in there, you can shuffle the deck up a little bit more, and now you're gonna have the spectator select any card. So let's say they go ahead and select this card, and they're gonna be looking at it, okay? So let's say it's the King of Hearts, and you're gonna turn around because you obviously, don't wanna see the card. So as you're turned around, you're going to take the top 2 cards and actually turn them over. And these are just 2 random cards. You're just flipping over the top 2 cards so that they're face up, and then you're gonna obtain a pinky break right underneath those cards. And then you're gonna turn your wrist face down so that you can't see those cards, okay? When you ask them if they're done, they're gonna be done. You're gonna take the card back, and obviously they're gonna hand it to you face down. So when they hand it to you face down, you're gonna take the card and you're gonna put it right here on top of those face up cards. And you're just gonna square it up and say, actually I can't look at it. And then you're gonna see the King of Hearts. Now obviously they could have signed the card, and you don't have to have the card signed if you don't want it to be ruined, but it does definitely help if you sign the card because it just makes the effect a lot stronger. So once the card is here, you actually are holding a break now right underneath the top 3 cards. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna say, so watch this, we're gonna take that card, turn it over, you do a triple lift, you're gonna take the top card, which is a random card, and you're gonna place it in the middle of the deck and completely square it up. And now you're gonna show, look, it's not on the bottom of the deck, and it's also not on the top of the deck. When you show the top card, you're gonna get a break right there underneath this card over here. As you place that top card back on top, you have them snap their fingers. So when they snap their fingers, you do a double lift, showing that their signed card has now jumped to the top of the deck. Now that's the first phase. Everyone doesn't have the strongest reaction yet because they didn't really know what to expect, but this next one is super, super strong. So you have a double lift ready here. You're gonna take the double lift here, and you're gonna turn it back over. Then you're gonna ask the spectator to go ahead and just lift up about half the cards. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna take off the top card and just use it to gesture to ask the spectator to lift up roughly half the cards. So they're just going to go ahead and literally just lift up half the cards. It doesn't matter how much they lift up, but when they do that, you're going to take the card that you're gesturing with, you're just going to place it in there just like this, and then you ask them to drop the remaining back on top, and they drop the remaining back on top. So at this point, you square up the deck and you say, now you can do the magic by yourself. You ask them to snap their fingers, they do it, and you say, look, you just kind of take the top card and just go like this, and then they flip it over and they see it's the King of Hearts. The signed card jumped back to the top when they snap their fingers. Now that's just insanely crazy. So that one gets a really, really strong reaction. So now what you're gonna do is you're actually going to do the mouth phase where it actually jumps up into your mouth. Now this one is really, really unexpected because they've only seen it jump to the top of the deck, so they have no idea what's coming next. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna get a break right on top of the bottom card, and then you're gonna transfer it to a thumb break, just like this. Then you're gonna swing cut about half the cards here, and you're gonna use this pack, this entire pack in your right hand to flip over the King of Hearts. So you're just gonna push it over, and then use the entire pack to flip it over. Now you're gonna use your fingers here to just push forward that King of Hearts just a little bit here. You have your thumb break here with this random card over here. So what you're gonna do is as you push the card forward, you're gonna push the card forward, and then you're gonna drop that card on top just like this. You're going to drop it on top as you do a wrist kill, showing that King of Hearts. Then you're going to do a one-handed fan with this half over here, as you take the King of Hearts, you're going to push it down as you flip your wrist over, take the top card and put it into the middle. And it looks like this is the King of Hearts, but it's actually not. At this point, you're going to ask them to push the card in that's into the fan. You're just going to ask them to push it all the way in so it squares up with the fan. And as they're pushing it in, they have no idea what you're going to do. So all you're going to do as they're pushing the card in, you're going to just peel off the top card here and just put it into your mouth. So you're just going to peel it off and put it inside of your mouth. And you don't have to like put it all the way in your mouth, you know, you just put it like the corner right over here. Like this corner just goes on the corner of your mouth there. With practice, you can still be able to talk. Actually, at full speed, I'll just do this section again because there is some pattern that you have to do. So now that you know the control, basically what you do is you say this. So you're gonna say, so we have the King of Hearts here. I'm just gonna go ahead and push it in here. You guys can see it really is the King of Hearts. Can you actually just go ahead and push it all the way into the fan? And right there, I actually put it inside of my mouth. So when the card is inside of your mouth, so let's just pretend it's in my mouth right now. They're gonna push the card all the way in. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna riffle about halfway down here, and then you're gonna insert this entire thing here into the middle of that, just like this. So now the entire thing is in there. Now some people like to say, snap your fingers, and now look, it actually jumps into my mouth. What I like to do is I actually just like to not say anything. I just kind of like to leave it in there, and sometimes I just kind of like to gesture with my finger. I just point up, and then they look up and they see that the card is in my mouth. And that is just absolutely crazy. Now they start freaking out. So the card is in my mouth right now. This is what you're gonna do next. So you're actually gonna take the box here, gesture the box to the card in your mouth. So you're just gonna kind of wave it here at the card in your mouth. And what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna get a pinky break right on top of the bottom card again. So just like you did before to control the card, you're actually just gonna do that same pinky break again. So you're gonna gesture with the box here to the card that's still in your mouth, okay? You're not gonna take the card out quite yet. First, you're gonna take the box, put it on top of the entire deck, and then you're gonna take everything from the break. You're gonna take the deck and the box here, but you're gonna leave one card in your hand. You're gonna set that down on the table. But at full speed, it should look just like this. So you're just gonna show the card in your mouth, you're gonna gesture with the box, and then you're just gonna place that down. And you're not really gonna say anything about it. But now you only have one card here in your hand. So what you're gonna do now is take the card out of your mouth, and you can show it around to people who didn't see. But what the people don't know is that you place the entire deck now underneath the box. They still think that the deck is in your hand, but you only have one card here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, so I'm gonna take the card here and watch. I'm just gonna place it into the middle of the deck, and you're just gonna place it underneath that card. And then you're just gonna kind of square up a little bit, snap your fingers, and say, did you see the deck go this time? And I just kind of like to do this. I flick it off my thumb, and I go like that, just showing the single card here. And then I say, yeah, the deck went underneath the box. And I just kind of flick this, and now I just kind of flick the box, and then all the cards kind of revealed themselves there, and then people really just freak out because they had no idea that the cards were underneath there. So now you can set the box aside, and then what you're gonna do is square up the cards, and this is actually a double that you're holding on here. So just keep this double nice and squared up here. Then you're going to place it down on top of the deck, face up, just like this. And then at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to do the bending phase. So you're just going to give these two cards here a little bit of a bend, and you're going to say, so this is what we call like a gambler's crimp, and it's so that gamblers can keep track of the cards. So I'm going to let you guys keep track of the cards. So you just bent two cards over here. So when you bend the two cards, you're going to riffle down about halfway, and you're going to peel off the top card here and insert it into the middle. And when you do that, the other bent card is over here, but your index finger is going to push down on it just a little bit so that it hides the bend. So push down, and you're going to show that this card here is bent. And this is supposedly the King of Hearts, but it's actually just a random card that has another bend. Then you're going to slap the cards on top, leaving that card really in the middle of the deck. And then you're just going to hold the cards like this up to the spectator, and you're going to just apply pressure with your two fingers here on the side, just concealing that bend, because the bend is there, but you're going to be pushing down and just holding it with your fingers. And when you say watch, 1, 2, 3, this time you're going to snap your fingers. And when you do that, you're just going to release the pressure with your fingers. And then that bend is going to pop up, and they're going to see the card really jump to the top of the deck. And then there it is, the King of Hearts, just like that. So now at this point, you're pretty much done with the entire trick. You just have to do the one last little thing. So what I do at this point is, as they're freaking out, I would probably just do a top change. And maybe I would also do a double lift at this point as well. So I would say, so watch, we can take the King of Hearts one more time, and we'll place it right there into the center of the deck, okay? Now remember, we actually had one card here inside of my pocket since the beginning of the trick. I let one spectator just reach into my pocket, and I just have them feel if there's a card in there. And I ask them, how many cards are in there? There's only one, right? So they feel there's one card in there, but I don't tell them to take it out yet. So as they're doing that, I'm actually gonna be doing a one-handed top palm with the top card here. And then I can set the deck here on the table. I can come away with this palmed card, and I can say, yeah, so you guys can see that inside of my pocket, and then I just reach inside of my pocket and I pull out the card that was in my palm. And that does leave a random card still in my pocket, but that's okay. And that basically ends the trick, and that makes it completely impossible because that means that the signed card was in your pocket the entire time, which makes absolutely no sense. So yeah, guys, that is definitely one of the most powerful card tricks out there. It's so easy to do and it's so much fun to do, and it gets the strongest reactions. So go ahead, practice this one. Let me know how you guys do your ambitious card routines in the comment section below. I want to read some more ideas on how to do some more phases and stuff, but hopefully you guys like this version of it. So see you guys next time. Bye.